For a man who never ran for office, he had huge influence on this country. Paul Desmarais was one of Canada's richest men. He died today at the age of 86. It wasn't just his wealth that made him notable. It was who his friends were, everyone from presidents to prime ministers. Desmarais came from humble beginnings. Born in Sudbury, his first step into business was to turn his father's money-losing bus company around. And after that, he never looked back, as Mike Armstrong reports.
Now, there are families that use their name front and center in whatever they do, but that was not Paul Desmarais' way. Outside Power Corporation, the company he ran, there's no logo, no family name, though those who knew him say family was everything.
He was a close and intimate friend of mine for 48 years.
Among those remembering Desmarais today, former Prime Minister Brian Mulroney.
Well, he was a great man. He was a visionary who loved his family, loved his country.
For the first quarter of 1980...
It is a remarkable success story. From Sudbury, Ontario, growing his parents' small bus company in the 1950s, Paul Desmarais reached the top of the Canadian business world within a few decades. In 1968, he traded his bus company for shares in Power Corp and pulled off the first reverse takeover in Canadian history. He was CEO within a year.
My father had, I'd say, an unusual acumen for financial ability to be able to see opportunities, and then a great ability to negotiate, meet people, and get things done.
This is one of Canada's, in fact, one of the world's greatest business success of the last 50 years.
Desmarais was one of this country's richest men. Canadian Business Magazine put him in 7th place, worth about $4.4 billion. You get a sense of that wealth in his home. He built a secluded chateau in Quebec's Charlevoix region. It's on a 70-square-kilometer estate, complete with the country's most exclusive golf course. A video was leaked a couple of years back, taken at a birthday party for Desmarais' wife, Jacqueline. President George Bush sat right beside her. In Quebec City today, a moment of silence in the National Assembly, the Premier calling Desmarais an important business leader and patron of the arts.
I would like to salute his great contribution to the Quebec development.
Now, Quebec sovereignists are not fans of Desmarais. While he stayed out of the public eye for the most part, he did speak out against Quebec independence in both referendums and was an important figure in keeping Canada together. Mike Armstrong, Global News, Montreal.